All right, what's up, guys? Today I'm going to be showcasing you the GALIL Ace. I finally got it, boys and girls. I have been wanting this thing for a really long time. I've been talking about it for months, about how I've been wanting the GALIL Ace. Now, I did end up getting the 556 variant, and it came with your standardized stuff. You know, the sticker. It came with a little keychain hook thing. And then since I bought it from Palmetto State Armory, or Palmetto Shit Armory, I'm sorry. Um, they included their sticker. Little side note in terms of PSA, I think PSA is a great company. I don't think they make good guns. Just honest opinion. I think that they're a good distributor and they can definitely provide musket 15s if you guys want that. But for me, I prefer something that's semi-automatic. So yeah. With that being said, I think, in all honesty, we're not gonna shame them completely. I think PSA makes great guns for a cheap price. Do I prefer anything else? Literally anything else? Yes. But if I saw an AR-15 and a knife, and there's a line in front of me, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm grabbing a PSA rifle. Okay. Anyway, this is not a PSA rifle. This is IWI. Israeli Weapon Industries, and they have been making Galils for ages, back when they had to make their own Galils because the FAL kept jamming, so they had to make the Galil. They chambered in 5.56 and 7.62, and it was discontinued, and then they revamped it into a newer model, and I thought the first gen looked absolutely sick. I think it looks more sick than this. I think in terms of looks, the Gen 1 has it. In terms of literally everything else, and like attachments, being able to put attachments on here, the fact that it doesn't come with fixed sights on there, and the fact that it comes with more barrel length options, much better. Much improved on the GALIL Gen 2. I think the only option that is not offered for the, I think, 5.56 variant is the 13-inch, which was recently made for this. So, yeah, the GALIL Ace Gen 2 has been out for quite some time, and I've been watching review after review after review, and people have been saying, go to the 7.62 by 39 one, get the 8.3 inch, and get yourself a can. Now, here's the thing. While I would love to do that, I have a bunch of these 5.56 magazines that I can pull out right now. I mean, seriously, look at this. I got five 30-round magazines, and then I have my defensive 40-rounder right here. So yeah, like, I have all of these magazines, and I didn't feel like buying new ammo, and I didn't feel like buying or having to buy new mags, right? And I hear if you buy certain mags that it doesn't run, and this, that, and the other. It's just like, it was a lot of ups and downs in terms of like me trying to get the 7.62 version. But for convenience sake, I got the 5.56 13-inch barrel one, and I am very ecstatic about this thing. Now, this is not a video of me shooting this thing, unfortunately. I am going to have that video soon, and I'm just going to be doing like a little review afterwards. Maybe like a 100-round, 200-round review. And this thing is going to be getting some loving through it. So, yeah, with that being said, this thing out of the box feels great in the hands. Oh my gosh. Now, it doesn't have any sights on it right now, but I am getting the SIG, or I have the LPVO, SIG LPVO on the way. It's a 1x6 magnification, and yeah, so that's coming in tomorrow, and I'm going to be putting that on here, and then we're going to see how that runs on here. And then we're going to go ahead and take this thing to the range and get it sighted for currently 25 yards, but that's just because that's how far the range goes. But when I go to the other range that I'm planning to go to, I'm going to be sighting it for 100 yards, and we're going to be continuously doing that. And Oh, man, I'm just ecstatic about this thing. Right off the bat, let's talk about some first impressions about this thing. So, in the midst of it all, I bought this thing because I didn't want an AR-15. Now, I'm shooting the ammunition that an AR-15 uses, but I'm not shooting an AR-15. In fact, quite opposite. I'm shooting an AK that shoots 5.56 and does not have the manual of arms of an AK, a traditional AK at least. So, let's talk about that for a second. It's got a 13-inch cold hammer forged barrel. I love hearing that because I know that means this barrel is going to have lots of durability. Aluminum handguard. First thing I noticed was like this thing is nice and bulky, and I can get a nice C-clamp out of this thing. Yeah, and it you know, I put a quad rail on my AR-15, my Colt M4, when I had it, and I didn't realize how much I appreciate M-LOK. You know, and the fact that this one is like a little girthier than your traditional AR-15 that has M-LOK on it. M-LOK normally is like this, whereas this one has got a nice grip to it. You know, and in order for me to get a grip like this, I had to put a grip on my AR-15. Well, now I don't have to worry about that. I'm still going to get an AFG, but yeah, I think this thing is sick, right? Like I said, it doesn't have the traditional manual of arms in terms of a traditional AK, you know, because it's got the charging handle on this side right here, which you do have a bolt catch and release right there. And then you do have ambidextrous magazine release. So where's that mag? So this one's empty right there. Put that in there. I can go ahead and press it with my thumb, or if I'm left-handed, press down and release. And then same thing on the other side, just press down and release. So that's pretty nice. And then it does have a bolt catch. So now I can reload, and then whenever I put a new mag in, I can go ahead, hit that bolt release, and boom. That hurt so bad just now because my dumbass went ahead and put my thumb right in front where the charging handle is gonna go. So that's nice. That's fun. Not a flaw. Not a flaw. That's just me. Okay. So yeah. Now this portion right here is all metal, right? But then we do have a polymer lower, and I believe that's just so that way we can actually feed these AR-15 mags in there. So that way you didn't have to buy the 5.56 AK mags, you know. And besides, who doesn't want an AR lower with an AK upper? I mean, you're asking for reliability and accuracy, best of both worlds. Who, really? In terms of, oh man, in terms of aesthetics, I've been wanting an AK for a while, and I've been wanting one chambered in 7.62. However, 5.56 is more mainstream on like the shelves, so I don't have to worry about going onto the internet, waiting for a shipment to come to my house, this, that, and the other. All I got to do is go to Sportsman Warehouse or Academy or something like that. They have 5.56 on the shelf. I can just get that. Whereas, and you get like 150 rounds for $100. Whereas I have to go online in order to get the same amount for the same price for 7.62 by 39. Oh, and then another thing too, the reason why I didn't go with the 7.62 by 39 with the 8.3 inch is because it is a lot louder. Even with the can on, it is a lot louder. So I am refraining from getting that. Besides, like I said, I have all these magazines. Why else would I get the 5.56 version? Anyway, so this one is the 13-inch model. Since it doesn't have a 16-inch barrel, it doesn't have a stock. That's it. That's it. It stays in that closed position. It's stays right there. Immediate turn off. But hold on. But I don't have an issue with that. I don't have too much of an issue with it because this is originally what I wanted. I am planning on replacing this butt pad or this pistol brace for a different one. I'm looking for more like the it looks kind of like the HK 416's butt stock. And yeah, that's pretty much the only reason why I'm getting it. It looks aesthetically pleasing. Plus, it's got a bigger cheek weld than this. So, yeah, that's something I like about that. But overall, only issue I have is this thing only stays closed. It does not lock. It does not lock out there. That's it. That is it. I can push it forward a little bit, but then it just locks right there. So, yeah, only bad thing about this gun so far. Oh, and the other bad thing, actually, I want to get into is it doesn't look like you can change the grip on here because the entire lower receiver is polymer and it's all attached to each other. So, like all of this right here is one piece. So, I'd have to get a whole new lower receiver just to change that one grip if I wanted to. So I feel like that is a bit of a flaw, and I hope that whenever they make a Gen 3, it looks just like this, but they change that lower receiver. I don't think it'd be a mainstream problem. I'm pretty sure everybody is okay with just this lower receiver, but it'd be nice to have that kind of option, because like on your typical AR-15, you're able to change the grip to whatever grip you want, right? So that's just something, just some food for thought. But yeah, I love this. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, this thing is sexy. Anyway, I've been waiting for this thing for 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Because I bought this like right after the shutdown. Or no, maybe, yeah, no, 3 weeks. I bought this right after the shutdown. And I've been waiting for this thing to come in. So, yeah, they had to process it. And then after that, the shipment came. And it just took forever. But yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention something. We also have ambidextrous safety. One is an AR style, and one is an AK style. Yeah. So, something I'm noticing about this safety though is like you can hyperextend that. So it's a bit of a concern for me. Like you hear that extra click. It's not doing anything, but it's just extra click, and then it does the same thing downwards. Yeah, so not a fan of that, but why would I be nitpicky about this thing? This thing was worth every penny of it. So, like I said, I got that SIG LPVO coming in soon, and I'm going to be sighting that baby in. Right now, I'm so full of joy. So full of joy. And I am ready to enjoy this thing. It's been a while, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut, like, we're gonna go side story mode on for a second. So like, I've been having all of these magazines, and I just never had an AR to put them in, and I've been thinking to myself, like, I'm kind of on a budget. I just want a $600 rifle, right? And then I was thinking, the Smith & Wesson M&P, they got the Sport 3 model over at Sportsman Warehouse. And I was like, dude, that thing looks sick. And it's reliable. I'll just go ahead and grab that. And then I just kept backtracking. And I was thinking to myself, like, dude, just get the damn thing, And then I see that the IWI Caramel came out, which is basically their imitation of the Scar. And I was like, dude, that thing looks pretty sick, and it's only $1,600. Like that's a steal right there. They also came out with their own AR-15, another steal right there. Like I think it was like a $1,200 rifle. That's a good, like, IWI makes really quality stuff, and I just keep thinking to myself, like, why would I buy a cheap thing? And so eventually I was like, dude, I just need to go for it. Like, I just need to get a rifle. So what am I gonna get? And eventually the shutdown was almost over, and I'm just sitting there like, dude, at this point, I just need to wait. I just need to wait. And so I get my money. As soon as I get my money, first thing, I didn't even think about paying back credit cards or anything like that. First thing, and this is bad financial advice. I don't suggest you ever do this, but first thing I did, got myself a Christmas present. And this thing right here was worth every penny. So yeah, I I got it, and I'm happy, right? So I've been looking at the aesthetics of AKs, and I've been actually drawing my appeal to it for a while. And um oh, and that's another thing too. It's like I wanted the AR-15, right? But then I looked at AKs, and I think AKs look sick. I think over time, like my vision of a good looking AK had came about. It has to have at least M-lock, or a quad rail, something along the line, so that way I can put attachments on it, something I could put a flashlight, and then I get a good sight. I could put a drum mag on it too, and it'll run reliably because that's what they do. Um, for the 7.62 variant, at least. And then I was just thinking to myself, like, I really want one, but I don't know how to go about it. There are so many AKs that people are saying are shit, right? So I'm thinking to myself, like, what is a good AK? I only know good AR-15s. So I was like, dude, what is next? What do they have that is good? And the Zastava Arms makes good rifles, but I couldn't find where I could purchase a Zastava rifle. Um, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna forget about it. I forgot about it for ages, and then all of a sudden, I got the notification that the IWI 556 model just got back in stock on Palmetto State Armory, and I was like, okay, if it stays in, I'm getting it, and it stayed. It was there. I purchased it the moment I got it. So the moment I got my money. So now I get the accuracy of an AR-15. I get the reliability of an AK, and I get the aesthetic that I've been looking for this entire time, which is this. Oh, this thing looks sick. I mean, look at this thing. Just bam, 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 right? And then bolt open, change the mag, put it in. It won't do it with the magazine in, but we'll go bolt forward. Oh, and that's another thing. I love that charging handle. I love the placement of this thing. So it's just like all of these things I've been looking for, and I've been wanting this AK for a long time. I might as well just get it. So I got it. So now I do, and now I'm happy. So with that being said, guys, sorry for the long story, but I've just been really yearning for this thing, and I finally have it. So I'm going to get a can for this thing. I got the LPVO. I'm also going to get 45-degree angle iron sights, not the red dot, just for the sole purpose of me having like it's not battery powered or anything like that. So I'm going to get some sighted in 45-degree angle sights, and then after that, pretty much call it a day. Probably get a flashlight for this thing, and a little pad, a pressure pad that I can use on it, and then call it a day, dude. In the comments, if you've made it this far, go ahead and give me your best budget-friendly flashlight and pressure pad, because right now I'm looking and I'm a little overwhelmed. I see TLR make some good stuff. Or no, Surefire makes some good stuff, but their stuff is pretty expensive. Olight, I hear mixed reviews. I can't really tell, what's going on over there, but I hear that their quality control is getting a little bit better. So it's just, I don't know. I'm a little overwhelmed. So if you made it this far in the video, go ahead and comment your favorite, or like your best budget friendly reviewed, if it's your own personal experience, or if you've just seen so many reviews for it, hit me with a flashlight and pressure pad, something that's nice and budget friendly, something that I can put on this thing for night ops, because I do plan on having this thing for self-defense, especially at the night. So yeah. Anyway, guys, have a great day. Love y'all. God bless. And also, I want to go ahead and say this before I go. Next video is going to talk about Jesus, okay? And specifically what I endured today, because I think you guys need to know. And it's something that I went through just recently. And just a little foreshadowing, I was attacked mentally by a certain somebody, and I was not having it. And so I defeated it. I defeated him. But not through my own accord. It was definitely by God. So let's talk about that in another video. Y'all have a great day. Love y'all. God bless.